Welcome back to another video. My name is Brian Nesline. I am a psychic, clairvoyant, intuitive empath. I'm a spiritual oracle card reader. And in this video, we are going to take a closer look at the divine masculine and the divine feminine relationship. Now remember, this relationship is happening to all of us. And we're going to take a deeper look at it by taking a spiritual view of this relationship. We're going to be able to understand our own lives and our own relationships with people and situations much better. So just set the intention that this video, this spiritual reading, is for you. Set the intention that it's for you and that it has information that you can use at this time for your highest good. See, we want to set the intention first so that only those things that match that pattern, that general principle, are going to come through. Because this is a spiritual reading, but you're a personal self. So you have control over your personal self. You don't want readers telling you what your self is going to have. No. They might tell you something you don't want. And if you accept that, ouchie ouch. Instead, just know that the information is all here. Everything that can happen already has happened. Everything is available, good, bad, and the ugly. But if you set your intention that you're going to receive only what's for your highest good or only what is of the light, then that's what you're going to hear and see. So that's up to you. You're making this reading personal. Every reading in the world is general. You make it personal when you show up for it and set your intention. That's your responsibility. Or really, it's not like it's your responsibility. No, it's your ability to respond to this one world that we're all living in, this one world of information. Just like if you're watching a show on TV, right? You have your own personal view of it, and that makes it personal to you. Everybody else watches the same channel. They're feeling and seeing things just a little differently because they're seeing it through their own intentions, their own memories, their own innermost self. Their personal self, their past, their memories, their experiences. So here we go. So the divine masculine is where we're going to start. What are we going to say? The divine masculine says, okay, nature. The divine masculine knows that if it really wants to have that deep love, that healthy relationship, that it has to go to the tree of life with the divine feminine. Now, what's that? The tree of life is the idea that every individual has what they need inside of them, that they are a whole and complete person already, that they're not missing their better half, that there is not some person, place, or thing that's going to fix them. No. That each person must wake up spiritually, another way to say it is, must accept that they are whole and complete already. That's all it really means to wake up spiritually. At least one definition of it, one aspect of it, is to know that you have the words, which is the divine masculine, and the emotion, which is the divine feminine. These two come together. They are the two arms of the tree of life that is all of creation. That's why it's depicted as Eve, or the woman, because she is the creative. She's the one that gives birth, okay? In order for her to give the birth into the personal world, she needs the words, the definitions, the hopes and dreams that you have, the decisions you make, the beliefs you hold on to, the stories you tell yourself. So use your divine masculine to tell yourself stories of what you really want to see growing on the tree of life. Then you'll have the little red cardinals. What are those? The little red cardinals are your ideas, your hopes, growing wings. And then they will fly out into the world of your personal circumstances, and they will come back to you. Or you will come across them as you're venturing away from the tree of life, meaning as you come down from your spiritual identity and you go into your personal world, your personal identity in your life, you're going to spot those things that you imagined and felt up here. That's how it works. That's how nature works. Mother Nature, you're our friend. You got us moving forward in such a beautiful way. So, be sure to do that. Ooh, it's magical. Yes. So, let's go ahead and pull another card and see what happens. Let's see what happens to those three cardinals on that tree. Okay. Now, really, if you think about that, that is like making a wish, right? Okay, so we have our little wishes and then they go fluttering out. Look at them here now, the companionship card. They are now beautiful companions of the light. That means that our words, our divine masculine, has been transformed into these little fairy butterflies. In other words, they have connected with the feminine, the divine feminine. And they go out like little cups of light into the world. Little creative experiences. That's going to end up out in our reality. Let's take another card and see. So there's those cardinals, there's our wishes, there's our hopes and dreams. Nothing's against us, nothing matters. We don't have to worry about any person, place, or thing around us anymore, doing or not doing anything. Really, all of the work just becomes not even work, it's child's play, going up into our space up here. And what's going to happen is those cardinals are going to go out, like we said, and they're going to come back to us as signs. You can see them all here. Colorful signs in our personal life. Now look, your actual hope and dream, your literal hope and dream, may not come back exactly only like you thought. Look at these little bands here. These little bands represent like facets. See them like little facets of your hope and dream, of your wish. They come back in little bits and pieces of different feeling and different looking. And those pieces are going to eventually get fit together to create the overall vision of what you hoped for. Now, what happens to some people is after they have their hope and dream up here and they let it go from their tree of life, right? Where'd that card go? They send it out from their tree of life. It goes out into the world, and they start seeing these signs. What happens to some people is they see something dark like this come back. And they stare at that, fall down there, fall down there. Let's pull another card while we're doing this. They fall down low. What happens? Ooh, look at that. They're falling down. It's a trust card reversed. Love this. They fall down because they stare at a dark spot about their hope and dream. They, in other words, they look at the world around them and they claim a dark sign related to their hope or dream. So like, for example, if you wanted to be in a relationship with a particular person or type of person, and then you meet somebody and then there's a quality about them that, I don't know, you get scared about or you think is a negative thing, and you stare at that and you get consumed with that, then that's going to fall, the trust of your manifestation is going to fall down, because you're going to just make a decision based on that black part of it, the dark part of duality. Don't do it. Don't be tempted to. It happens. But you'll learn a lesson from it anyway, and that's all good, so it doesn't matter. Then you can always go back up in here and reformulate your idea, send your stuff back out again, but this time you're going to trust in it. Trust. Whoa, I dropped it. You're going to trust in the light. You're going to trust in the light. And as you make that leap of faith, trusting that the world is going to bring back a reflection of what you're hoping for, what you really want to look for is the blue. See it here? You want to look for signs that are something that you can communicate. That's what the blue is. It's the throat chakra. Signs that you can communicate with in an intelligent way through your words. So, for example, let's say that I wanted more communication in a particular relationship. And then let's say that I forget all about that, right? So I cast my vote for more communication. One of those little cardinals goes out. It takes the light with it, turns into the fairy, goes out into the world. I'm going to be looking for something. I'm going to be open for, or I'll be surprised by something that reminds me of communication. For example, I may then all of a sudden run across my Bluetooth. Like maybe I lost my Bluetooth, and then maybe all of a sudden I'm like, where's my Bluetooth? And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, there it is. And then I pick up my Bluetooth, and then I get this impression. Here it is right here. The impression that the Bluetooth is really a communication system. Ooh, it's a communication system. Then I'll remember my envisioned idea about wanting better communication with a particular person. And this will be a part of the puzzle in the sign of the tapestry of it coming to pass in my personal life. Then I can also use this to remind myself that if there's any negative signs that come in, I don't have to invest in them. I don't communicate with them. See, look, it fits right here between these two indigo circles. What's that? That's the third eye space. You want to fit the dark thing in between your original idea of what you're hoping for. And that's going to hold it there for you. So that, see, look, it's just going to reflect light now. You can see it on the Bluetooth. It's reflecting light, right? Right here. That's great. So simple, really, if you think about it. If you have a dark thing come up, use the dark thing to remind you of your original vision. To go back to the tree of life. Remember what you first asked for. Know that there's no opponent. Nothing can prevent it from coming to pass. And that it already went out and is already happening in the world. It already is available in the world. So nothing can be formed against it. And once you put this into place like this, then you're well on your way. Now you're flying, now you're high in the air with new manifestation coming. That's what the pink is down here. It is your hope, your dream coming to pass. It's about to come to pass soon. You're going to start seeing all of these reds fill in. In other words, you're going to see a lot more signs that fit in with your manifestation. Because the ultimate goal is to turn it all back into that red cardinal. The red cardinal, which just represents the root chakra of the material world expanding. So that's all we're making, is when we cast a vote on the tree of life, and we can only do that when we know that we are whole and complete already. That was the beginning of this video. We're whole and complete as a divine masculine, divine feminine. We don't need our better half. We're not missing anybody. So if you're still out there looking for some person, place, or thing to complete you, there's going to be disappointment until you realize that you are the Christ living inside a person called you, the divine light, the observer, the God spark, the woe, the thing that is intelligent, the one son or daughter of God that lives in the world. God put its only son into the world. It doesn't mean a boy. It just means the Christ, the offspring. And they call it the son because it is the word of God, the words, the divine masculine. In the beginning, not to quote the Bible, but we need to at times. Don't worry about it. Don't make it a black thing, a dark thing, a spot. No. Look, God gave its only son. Okay? Its son is the words, the divine masculine, the words, the birth of the son, the birth of the words of God. God is just light, a non-material entity and energy, like the divine feminine. Like the divine feminine. That's why she is the ruler of this world. She's the light of the world. And the divine masculine, the son, is you as a human being willing to use your words up here to spell, cast spells, define what you're wanting, Until you realize that you are the Son of God, the Word of God is what we're saying. Again, get rid of that description of it being a boy. Gush! It is the Son or the Word of God. To quote the Bible, in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Whoa, the divine masculine. Once you know that you are complete as a feminine and masculine up in your spiritual space and you've adopted that identity, which is why so many of my videos are about shifting your identity or waking up spiritually or identity repositioning. Look all these up on my channel. In fact, nearly every video on my channel is going to reinforce this identity as a spirit or an awareness living inside of a personal self. So once you are able to accept that you are the divine masculine and divine feminine, that you don't need another person, place, or thing to complete you, then you're in the tree of life and you can cast your votes for what you prefer. Just like the Bible would say, ask, believing you have already received it, and it'll be done unto you, trust. It'll be done unto you because it'll go out into the world, companionship with the light, the masculine and the feminine, the word and the creative process will happen into the world, and you'll start to see the signs coming back to you. And if you don't fall for a dark sign, right? If you don't use your words to interpret it in a poor way and to say that your manifestation is not going to happen because of this, if you use your light of the world for darkness, like the Bible would say, if you use your words or your sun to do dark things, then you're going to have problems because you're only getting back a reflection of what you believe. What you believe, you conceive, and then what you conceive, you will receive as a reflection in the world. And you can trust this, guaranteed every time. There's nothing against us. There's one that has all power. That one's God. So anyhow, the signs are going to start coming back. They're going to be that manifestation of the red root chakra, those cardinals, are going to turn into the red root chakra of your hope and dream. And if anything comes up that seems scary or against it, just bring it back to here, bring it back to there, turn it into the light again. Use it to reconnect with your original vision, and then let it go again and trust, trust, trust. The blue is here because we want to be able to use our divine masculine words to claim these things as being spiritual progress, that our manifestation is on its way. It's already here. It's playing itself out. And when you get enough of these facets of the signs, what it really is creating is the actual experience. Look, this is really the flowery thing. You can see that it's a real thing now. It's a recognizable experience in the world. Here you are in yourself. That's you. As the feminine again, she looks like a woman on the tree of life with the white light and your words that go through duality. There's the black that you have to get through in order to get to the manifestation of what you're hoping for through the signs. Ooh, ooh. All right, let's go ahead and take one more card. Whoa, what a complicated reading. Rewatch it several times, pause it at different parts, and contemplate what in the what it's saying. I'm so glad you're part of this channel. Music for manifesting. And that's really what all of this is. We have just spun a little song with lyrics, a flow of light and a flow of words that go out of us because we are a whole people, because we know that we are the Spirit of God or the Christ within mankind. And we have trusted that. We have worked with recognizing the signs in the world. We're not denying them. We're saying, oh, I'm claiming it now because I see it happening. We're using our language, our words, to attach or define it in that way, that our manifestation's coming to pass. And as a result, we get what we're looking for. We manifest it. Ooh, think of your desire while you chant, hum, sing, or play music. What this is really saying is that we are always playing a tune all the time. So get emotionally calm, get joyful, allow the light to flow, allow yourself to know that there's no enemy that can go against your wishes, your hopes, and your dreams. So be sure to let go and be that one that is okay. Get past your emotional scaries so that you can sing and laugh and have fun and have compassion and celebrate the light all day. And that'll get rid of that defensiveness, which is what causes us to not trust and side with the dark part of our signs and wreck our manifestation. But that can't even happen anyway. If you find yourself in that position, just take a breath, get calm again, go back up into here and tell yourself a new story, one that you prefer. Oh yeah, take care, friends. If you need to have any conversation with me, just leave me a comment. I work one-on-one with people. That does cost some money, but not very much. Not that you have to do that. Instead, just make use of the full free videos on my channel. There's tons of stuff here. Take care. Goodbye.